Welcome to the Unleash Your Power podcast. I'm your host, Anastasia Jones, creativity mentor, author, and limiting belief gladiator. My purpose is to help you transcend fear, take bold, aligned action, and co-create the life and business of your wildest dreams. The world needs your art now more than ever. And if you're ready to embody the creative force within you, then you're in the right place. Now is the time to make your mark. Now is the time to unleash your power. It is finally spring, and while you are spring cleaning your homes, why not take some time to spring clean your personal brand? I am hosting for the month of April free 30-minute brand voice clarity calls. Now, this feels like a therapy session for your personal brand. You'll get really clear on your brand's unique story. We'll work through common themes and key insights that will help you show up more effectively and authentically online. And you'll come back with clear brand messaging that will resonate with your ideal audience so that you can sell with soul and market with greater ease. I want you to leave feeling so reignited, so powerful, so motivated, and ready to continue taking your brand to the next level. So check the link in the show notes or visit anastasiajones.com. Select the free brand voice clarity call and get on my calendar. There are only a few spots left for the month of April. And once April is over, these are retiring. So get in on it while you still can. Okay, let's dive into episode number 17. You are going to love this one. Welcome back. Welcome back to episode, I believe, 17 of the Unleash Your Power podcast. I'm your host, your girl, Anastasia Jones. And today, y'all, we have just a mini episode. I want to talk about something that I have been feeling personally and experiencing, and I hope and I know that what we're going to talk about today is going to help you as well. Let's talk about what it looks like to completely redefine what you want out of life. I am 33 years old. I just moved from California to Maine, made the big move all the way across the country. Not the first time I've moved cross country, but a lot of things are shifting and changing for me. And one of those things is really reassessing what I want out of life. You know, I think for a long time, I thought success would look like this for me. And I want everybody within the sound of my voice to know that you can redefine what success means to you at any point in your life. You can choose that thing that you wanted so badly, the thing that you spent hours and days and years pursuing, you can choose that you want something else. You can change your mind. You can totally reset that intention. And it's not you starting over, it's you evolving. It's not you starting from scratch, starting from square one. It's you evolving, transforming, shifting, like the caterpillar turns into a butterfly, right? There's a full-on transformation there. And the pursuit of the caterpillar is different than the intention of the butterfly, right? The thing, so it's not like you're starting from scratch, starting over, starting from square one. It very much is you just wanting something different and going after that next, you know? So I'm saying all this to say, I like I said, moved to Maine, and I'm in a very different, environment, literally. I mean, I'm living in the woods. It's amazing. I love it so much. Very different from the city life that I was living in Southern California. And, even when I was living in Florida, it's a city. So it's just different. It was different for me. And since I got here, I spent, I want to say a couple of weeks, maybe a few weeks, just not really sure what I wanted. And so I took a full pause because I had to be okay with it. I didn't want to force it, right? Like I knew it was time for a refreshed vision. Um, and I knew like that vision was there and available for me, but I knew I needed time to rest and relax and settle in before the vision came to me clearly. And so got here and have been meditating on it for weeks. And just last week, the middle of last week, I revisioned what I want my life to look like in the next 3 to 5 to 10 years, like 20, I mean, sooner, however soon that happens. But it's just an important practice for all of us to do is to like reassess intentionally what success looks like for us, like what we want out of life. And if our habits, if our spending, if our energy is being put in the things that will move us in that direction or not. Are we saying we want one thing out of life, but then we can look at our budget and we can look at our choices and we can look at our relationships and it's like we are backtracking. Like none of those things are moving us in the direction of our dream. So, kind of doing that pruning process is really good for us. I mean, really good for me. And it couldn't have come at a better time, right? Just I'm in a new place. Everything is new. So why not build new habits? Why not create new habits that are in line with the things I actually want? And so I spent time last week doing this. And one of my, excuse me, one of my favorite books, I'm okay, I swear. One of my favorite books is one is called 12-Week Year. Actually, let me look this up right now because by Brian P. Moran and Michael Lenigan. I think Lennington. Michael Lennington. I'll put it in the show notes. But it's such a great book because it talks about all of these things that we say we want to accomplish in a year. Like our actions and our goals will shrink or expand to the container we put it in. So if we say, oh, these things are going to take a year, then they'll take us a year. But if we say, oh, I want to complete this goal in 3 months, we'll complete it in 3 months. Like it just, that's how it works. There's like this phenomenon with time and our intentions. And so this book is so good because it gives a framework for how to take all of those goals you want to complete in a year and put it down into like a 3-month measurable goal, break it down even further into weekly activities. And at the end of the week, you can give yourself a score. You can say, how many of these things did I complete? And if your score is 85% or higher, you are still on track of reaching your goal. And so, I don't know what movie this is from. Maybe Braveheart, maybe Patriot. I don't know, but aim small, miss small. Aim small, miss small. So the more specific you get, the more kind of like line of vision, like dialed in you are, the closer you are going to come to hitting that goal. That's just how it is, baby. And so I revisioned what I want my life to, what I consider success to be and the direction I want to go. And you guys look so different than what it did look like even last month. It looks so different than what it looked like last year, 2 years ago. And it was really fun coming up with this because I've changed. I've evolved, right? I've grown. And so seeing my new vision kind of take root, there's so much momentum, so much excitement. And in fact, you are on the receiving end of one of my goals, which is to release 2 podcasts a week. And so this has been really beautiful and really stretching for me. And I'm very excited because I also have some guests that are going to be joining us in the next few weeks. So all of that to say, I took my big picture goals and I chose 3. The first 3 that I want to focus on within the 3 months. And I think that's important. Sometimes we see all of our goals and we're like, we have to work to complete all of them at one time. When really our focus is one of our most valuable resources. So our ability to focus on one to 3 things instead of 10 things is going to help us be more effective in those 3 things. So I have a business goal. I have, I have 2 business goals and 1 personal goal. And my personal goal is to become stronger and healthier. Stronger and healthier. And I'm going to keep my business goals private for now. I'm going to share them in a different episode. But the whole point, what I want you to get from this is it is safe to redefine what success looks like for you. There is no judgment. There is no shame. There is no guilt. There is only love, only possibility. Right? And have fun with this part, revisioning what you want your life to look like. And you can do this as many times as you desire. Write it down. There's power in words. There's power in words. And if you go back and listen to the last episode before this one, episode 16, I talk about one of my mindset hacks for, I called it speaking the language of the universe. And what I mean is the universe understands in the affirmative. So when you say, I don't want this, the universe hears, I want more of this. Or when you say, I don't like that, the universe hears, I like that. And the universe conspires on your behalf to bring that thing about that you've called, that you've co-created. Right. So understanding it like that, I have been intentional to say what I want. Instead of saying, I don't like how you talk to me, I've been intentional to say, I want you to speak to me with respect and kindness. That's what I like. It feels so good when you talk to me with respect and kindness. Or that's just one example, but go back to that episode and listen. I believe that is point number 5. So if you have to fast forward, you can. But using that same principle, the affirmative, as you're building out this new vision and you're revisioning, the Bible says where there is no vision, the people perish. The Bible also says the heart of a man plans his way and the Lord directs his steps. And so when you vision, there is instantly, immediately this unconditional love that rises to meet you and rises to bring about the thing that you want. And you'll see that you're going to be put in places at the right time. You're going to meet people at the right time. At this divine timing is going to happen. All these synchronicities are going to happen and you're going to start to notice it. And you're going to see that all of these things that you now want are coming to meet you. They're coming to meet you. And so because you have revisioned, you can perceive when they come. You can actually see it when it's happening. You can be like, oh my gosh, it's working. It is working. So I've already had things like that happen and come up for me already. I also want to say there is an element of discipline that is really good for me in this process that I do want to speak to, because as much as there is an incredible amount of momentum, I'm telling you, like the first time that I revisioned, wrote it all down, chose 3 of my goals, turned them into tactics for over the next 3 months, built out my weekly scorecards. So I know the exact actions to take week 1, week 2, week 3, all the way up until week 12. I built it all out. I actually started with weeks 1 through 4, and I'll use the same template for the following weeks, but I'm leaving room for some of that to shift. Being flexible with some of that, but there are, like, for instance, I have a goal to drink like 85 ounces of water a day. And listen, I love drinking water. I pretty much exclusively drink water and coffee. But for some reason it is a growth opportunity for me to drink 85 ounces every single day. And I want to eventually get up to a gallon. Like, I eventually want to drink way more water than that. But that is requiring new habits. That is requiring new habits for me to form. I also have for my goal to become stronger and healthier, I have a goal to go to the gym to work out 3 times a week and then do cardio walks 3 times a week. And I walk every day. So that part's already ingrained in me, but I do not go to the gym every week. I mean, so that is taking a lot of discipline and willpower. And I have to remind myself like the deeper, greater reason for why I want this. And the greater reason for me, among other things, is like, I deeply desire to take care of my body, my temple. I want to take care of my temple better than I take care of anyone else or anything else. It is my priority to take care of everything in, on, above, below the skin I'm in. And that to me is the highest form of self-love. And I know that the healthier and the stronger I become, it'll change my human experience. I've already noticed benefits just by taking my vitamins every single morning and creating a habit. And one of the books that I love, which I'll also include this in the show notes, Atomic Habits. Incredible, because there are all these tools and strategies for building and creating new habits. And one of them is by kind of like pairing a new habit you want to build with a habit you already have. And I already drink coffee every morning. Okay. Already, I'm not giving it up. So don't even come for me. I'm not. So, I will continue to drink coffee every morning. How about that? That is the affirmative. I like drinking coffee every morning. However, there is this new habit I want to instill, which is taking my vitamins every morning. And so before I go to bed, I set my coffee maker so that the timer goes off at 5 a.m. And by the time I get up and out of bed and get there, it's already done. So perfect, saves time, efficiency, fewer decisions to make the next day. Okay. The second thing that I have is I have all of my vitamins right on the counter next to my coffee machine. I put out the glass that I'm going to put my vitamins in and pour my water in. I prep everything so that I truly just need to cut open my vitamins, pour the powder in the cup, put 8 ounces of water in it, and throw it back. I drink it, I chug it. And that's it. That's a habit that I want to do, that I do every single day. And I cannot take a sip of my coffee. I do not take a sip of my coffee until I drink my vitamins. And you guys, it sounds so simple, but I can't even tell you. So all that to say, these are some things that I've been thinking about, navigating, actively practicing. I will include the scorecard, or at least a version of it, in the free resource library that I've created. So if you want any of the freebies that I create, you can make an account and sign up for the free personal branding resource library that I have for you. So just click the link in the show notes, make your account, and you can download the form that I use and fill in your own. And I'll also include the book, because the book is just so good. It's so good. Great on audiobook too, but I feel like I've only listened to it on audio book. I haven't read the physical copy, and I feel like the physical copy might be better because you can see the diagrams and stuff. So that is it. Is there anything else I want to mention to you all now? Friends, I think that's the episode. I love you. Before you go, do not forget that the month of April, I'm hosting a limited number of completely complimentary brand voice clarity call. So if you want to grow your personal brand, it feels like therapy for your personal brand. It feels so good. We'll get on the phone together. We'll diagnose your biggest issues with brand voice, brand messaging, and you'll leave with greater clarity on your brand, your story, and messaging that's going to attract your ideal client. So check the link in the show notes for that as well. And I will talk to you soon. Hey friend, thanks for listening. I'm so happy you're here. If this episode helped you in any way, please take a screenshot, share it with a friend, post it to social media, and better yet, why don't you leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening from? My desire is to activate as many creatives as possible. And if you are looking for additional support on your creative journey, you can always connect with me on Instagram at AnastasiaRJD or visit the links in the show notes. We've got free resources to reignite your creativity and soul-centered ways that we can continue to work together. I'll see you again next week. Same time, same place.